Hi, my name is Brian Nicol, and this is my submission for Module 0.1 in ARC502. The main point of discussion in this video will just be a recap of ARC501 and the ideas and design tactics that I went through to create my final design. So the first thing I did was create a summary of the primary ideas and interests, sort of just to set a base point for what the project was going to be about. So I wanted to provide living amenities as a basic human right. I wanted to create a positive living environment where people could interact with one another. I wanted it to accommodate different types of lifestyles, regardless of financial status, and I wanted it to be a sustainable project that could last for years to come. With the project taking place in Los Angeles, I wanted to do a deep dive on where I'd be building it. Two of the main things that came up during research of the climate was how comfortable the climate actually is. It's very sunny, not a lot of precipitation, doesn't get very cold, and it stays in a very comfortable temperature. However, the negative side of Los Angeles is it is prone to several different kinds of natural disasters, including earthquakes and forest fires. The next thing to do was to take a look at who this project would be serving. So I created mock-ups of 5 different types of individuals who'd be using this area: family of 5, immigrant couple, a newly divorced woman, a young construction worker, and a young ambitious couple could all fit the mold of people who would be using this building. And to identify what they'd be using in this area, I made sure that a bathroom, a living space, and a kitchen was all available in each unit. Stepping into the design phase, I wanted to create as many iterations as possible to try and eliminate some of the bad ideas and ensure that I was going down the best avenue possible. So I would sketch out several different plans, elevations, sections, and 3D isometric drawings to try and figure out which would best suit my project. Using the knowledge that I gained throughout all the several precedent studies that I did, as well as going through the iterations of the design, I finally came up with a site plan that I could lay out and start to really nail down the layout of my site. The next thing to include in my project, which was very important to the design, was all the passive design strategies to create the best building and to support sustainability. So these kinds of different strategies included solar panels, using the stormwater for purposes like fire protection and irrigation by way of cisterns, passive cooling strategies like open floor plans, as well as louvers throughout the floors above the lobby. Additionally, there were shades and green walls to be used on the south-facing walls to take up as much sunlight as possible and help cool the building. This ultimately led to a campus-style site, which included all different kinds of typologies, including a condo building that could serve a certain type of user. There was the tower, which had apartment buildings that could suit another different type of user. There were common spaces to bring everyone together and create a neighborhood-like environment. And there were plenty of different amenities throughout the site, like social spaces, gyms, and walking paths to create circulation throughout all these buildings. The overall top view shows a 3D rendered view of the site and how it's laid out, showing all the townhouses, condos, apartment buildings, and common spaces. All this gives you a good idea of how the project ended up in a whole. Coming full circle, we come back to the primary areas of interest, and we took a look at what was intended for the project, and we see that we did in fact provide living amenities as a basic human right. We did create a positive living environment with the intent on helping people interact with one another. We did create a place for people to use a space regardless of their status and lifestyle. And we created a sustainable building that will reduce the footprint on the environment.